Oh, shut up. Alright, anyway. Hey guys, Chris and Michael here from Boxing Brothers Online Coaching, and yes, Michael cut his hair. Look at that head. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. He's lost all his strength. If he looked funny before, now you can see even more of him. He looks twice as funny. Alright, today we're going to take you through a little maneuver called the block and stop. This is a great maneuver to execute against your opponent off their jab. Okay? So, imagine your opponent throwing their jab at you, and they're parrying it. You know, they're getting the head off the center, etc. But you want to gain a little bit of distance on them, so you want to work your way in. A great way to do it is using the block and stop. So, upon my jab, as I throw my jab to Michael, he catches my jab with his rear hand, right? He's orthodox with his right hand, and he throws his jab simultaneously, poof, on the target. Okay? So, him catching my jab and landing his jab must take place simultaneously. So, he tries to calculate when I'm executing that jab. And once he gets his timing off, he shoots his jab out and he catches mine, okay? And he's able to move in on me, right? Or as I'm moving in on him. So he can stand his ground. He doesn't have to get any further away or move his head or anything. He can stay nice and upright, nice and composed, and just snap that jab out with his right hand in front of his face. So if I was coming at Michael now with the jab, boom, I can be walking onto that shot like that. Or if Michael wanted to move in on me, boom, he can execute that block and stop against me, yeah? Catching my jab and executing his nice and snappy. This is really effective in all circumstances against the jab, but even more so for someone like myself against a tall guy. I'm trying to, parry and throw my jab back, and it's too far away. I'm trying to slip and throw my jab back, it's too far away. I'll block and stop. Someone like Michael, so boom, I'll just move in and throw that block and stop, so I can move in, protect myself against his jab, and execute mine at the same time. So essentially, in the circumstance in which Michael executes block and stop against me, he'll be landing boom on my head, right in my face with that jab. But a good way to drill it is to get a partner, right? You can obviously drill it in shadow boxing, just turning that right hand in front of your face and executing that shot. But a good way to drill it with a partner is for both of you to throw that block and stop and catch each other's jabs, just to build up that endurance for that block and stop and really get an understanding of it, okay? So Michael throws jab, I'll throw my jab, and we'll catch each other's jabs. Alright, we'll catch each other's jabs again. Boom, like that, and then back to the guard. Boom, back to the guard. A few pointers to keep in mind. You want to keep your chin down when you're doing it. Okay, you don't want to be lifting your head up like this. See how Michael's got his chin down, and I've got my chin up. I'll come off second best in this situation. You want to both be keeping your chins down, and when you throw it, you want to be tucking that arm into that glove into your arm, so that it's really protecting your face. Just like that, tucking that glove into your arm, rather than having the hand out there. You don't want to be doing the block and stop and throwing it out to the side, where Michael's throwing off centre and I'm throwing off centre. Make sure you're aiming for each other's face when you're doing this manoeuvre. Once you've found that the block and stop manoeuvre is effective against your opponent, then you want to be following it up with the right hand, okay? And the block and stop sets up that right hand beautifully. So in the case in which we've gone block and stop, Michael's landed it on my head, boom. Now in this instance, you can see that my left hand is no longer at my guard. It's all the way out there on Michael's glove. So Michael can use my jab as a bit of a runway, boom, and slide that right hand over the top. And the likeliness of him landing this shot is a lot higher having had my hand out there and catching me on that block and stop. So off that block and stop, boom, he lands it, bang, he follows it up with the right hand, and he wants to run it down my jab, using my jab as the runway. Okay? Block and stop, boom, on that right. Again, block and stop, bang. Very effective manoeuvre once you've got that block and stop. Particularly if you start realising that your opponent's bringing their jab back low, which is very common. A lot of boxers go, boom, bring their jab back low, bang, bring their jab back low. In which case, I'll go jab, bring my jab back low, and he follows it back. And this is a very common mistake that boxers are making, bringing that left hand low. So following them back, or just using their jab as a runway to land your right hand, extremely effective. Alright, so a great way to drill this is to do the block and stop drill with your partner, like we did before. And on every second one person lets their right hand go, and the other person just catches it on the same glove that they caught their opponent's jab. And then obviously with these kind of drills, guys, you can go off and you can progress them. You can add counters, you can add different kind of shots off that block and stop. It doesn't need to be a straight right. I can move in on the uppercut and throw a hook at the end, and then Michael can defend himself accordingly. You can go off and be creative with it. This is just the fundamental base of this maneuver. So go away, experiment with it, give it a crack, and hopefully it works for you guys. Thanks for watching this video. Remember to like, subscribe, share with your friends. We'll see you next time. He does. He does. You finished? No, hurry up.